rushed in and said, something's wrong. I can't find Ebby. I knew something bad had happened.
The day that they found her car, I lost it.
A missing teen.
When they find her car, all of her personal belongings were there.
It's a high-profile case.
Now, at this point, you have a missing daughter, and that carries on for how long?
Until May 22nd of 2018.
Something made us still think that she was in that area. We swung the pipe around, and she was right there.
I was so angry.
She was very kind.
This is the story of Ebby Jane Steppach,
She had a very tender heart.
a cherished daughter and friend.
She was fearless.
An 18-year-old who loved the beach, the color purple, and who dreamed of one day going to cosmetology school. Her fiery personality was big, her sense of humor even bigger.
She was very funny.
Her mother, Lori Jernigan.
She would not let you leave a room without making you laugh.
What Lori would give to hear her daughters laugh again. Her days instead are spent fighting to learn what happened to Ebby Steppach in October of 2015. Things started to change with Ebby.
She'd started a new job, and I think she'd changed friends, she'd changed schools, and started to rebel, fighting back, storming out.
Lori and her husband Michael gave Ebby a choice: be respectful or leave. Ebby chose to leave, and she found refuge with friend Danielle Westbrook.
She was rebellious, she was independent, she's gonna do whatever she wants. On multiple occasions, she would tell me that, me and my parents got in a really big fight. I don't have anywhere to go tonight. Can I stay with you?
Which isn't all that uncommon for a teenager to
No.
rebel or to have jobs and get introduced to new people.
No, it's not.
But the night of October 24th, something alarming.
She texted my husband and said she had been raped and videotaped. And would he meet with her and go to the police with her?
Michael agreed, but when he tried to set up a meeting point to escort her to the police department, Ebby never replied. It wasn't until the next evening that anyone in the family heard from Ebby. She called her brother Trevor around 5:30.
Came over in a panic. He had talked to her. She was very disoriented, more so than just being high, or she wasn't drunk. He said she was completely out of it.
And then after that phone call,
Nothing.
nothing for
Ever. Michael had these text messages from the night before, so he was already at a loss of what to do. I was worried.
And for good reason.
We were told we couldn't file a police report for 12 hours, which now we know that's not true.
Days passed. Family and friends handed out flyers across town in search of Ebby and her car.
I just knew it, everything in my soul. I knew something had happened to her.
Then, a week later, her Volkswagen Passat was found in West Little Rock's Shalimont Park.
Yes, her phone was there, purse was there. There's medication that she took, it was there. She loved makeup, expensive makeup. And her makeup was just scattered and broken.
Yet there was no sign of Ebby. Police searched the park, claiming to have scoured nearby drainage ditches. Still, nothing. Months passed. At one point, bloodhounds were brought to look. A memorial grew where her car was found, and so did the pain and frustration. Little Rock police asked cold case detective Tommy Hudson to look into it.
Here you've got this young girl, arguably nothing but rebellious at this stage.
Yes.
And she ends up dead.
Yes. And our job is to speak for them and try to do what we can to get their voice across and try to find the person that did this to them.
And while Hudson went digging, the case was getting national attention.
She had indicated an individual had sexually assaulted her and videotaped it.
Dr. Phil profiled Ebby's disappearance. and Lori Jernigan filed a complaint against Little Rock police.
A lot of mistakes were made, things were missed.
She claimed her daughter's case was mishandled, not taken seriously, and she was upset by what happened to Ebby's car after it was found and it rained for days.
When they took it to impound, they left the trunk open and it ruined everything that was left of her car. Any of the things that were hers that we could have kept.
She says searches weren't thorough, people weren't interviewed, fingers were pointed at her husband, who took and passed a lie detector test.
Took all that to internal affairs, and I got a letter that said, we don't find any, we can't prove or disprove what you've said.
Lori Jernigan was also getting calls from around the world about Ebby.
Messages from sex trafficking saying that we have her and we want money from you.
Ebby's friends struggled too, holding vigils in her honor.
I walked through the woods, the bushes, the trees. She mattered that much to me.
Meantime, at the cold case office where Ebby's photo hangs, something wasn't sitting well with Tommy Hudson.
There was some evidence that we were looking at that was found at the scene when she initially disappeared that bothered us.
Detective Hudson went back to the scene at Shalamont Park, where Ebby's car was found. He brought bulldozers and he sent cameras down the drainage pipes.
It was a gut feeling with all of us in cold case, and then once we did it, it was one of those moments of like, all right, here we go.
Those cameras hit obstructions. Hudson dug up that section of the pipe and found Ebby's body.
Then when he told me where, that was 60 feet from her car, I got so angry. I got so angry.
And there was a lot of rain at that time when she disappeared. And that's probably what led to her body being where her body was so far down. You hear the stories of people, I see it, sometimes people saying that they went out there and they smelled decomposition and stuff like that. It's no way. No way. Based on where she was in there, there's no way somebody would have been able to smell that.
Can you share how she died?
No, I can't.
You do know, though.
I have an idea, and but I won't tell anybody that right now.
You believe she was dead before she was placed in the pipe?
I don't know that yet.
Why was this not done the first time when she first disappeared?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
What Detective Hudson does know is this is a homicide investigation.
Can you confirm she was with a group of people on the Friday night before her disappearance?
We have information she was.
Can you confirm that the next day she reached out to her stepfather with
She did.
concern?
She did. She did reach out to her stepfather, yes.
But she never got to take those concerns to police.
She did not.
Do you have a person of interest or a suspect?
Won't comment on that either. I can categorically tell you that her stepfather and her father, nobody in the family is a suspect that we're looking at involved in her case.
You know, she would still be dead if they found her in a week. But if Tommy had found her in a week, they would have found who did it and not this circus.
We just want answers. We just want justice.
Justice in the story of an 18-year-old girl, Ebby Steppach, a bold, fearless teenager, met with a fate unknown.
Somebody went to great lengths.
She'd dig, and she would dig until she knew.